Hey y'all, I'm your girl Christine, and you are watching Crafty Southern Home. Stay tuned. We're fixing a broken vase. Now, if it's too broken, I'm not a fan of super glue, and I don't know that this method will put it entirely back together. But if you just got some chips, come on, y'all. Let's do it. Don't throw these vases away. Let's make them over into something gorgeous. Hope you like it. Give me lots of likes and thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. Continue watching to the end and give me some comments, especially if you watch to the end. Let me know what you think. That's right, you guys. Check this beauty out. We've got a ceramic vase here, and this has got some baked on flowers there. So we're going to use a stippling method for our paint to make sure we get some good coverage there, because I was just afraid that orange would show through. You see the chip. There's one at the handle, and then there's a couple around the feet as well that I have to patch. So I'm going to clean her up real good, and then I'm using some DOS air dry clay to fill in where the chips are. Now, when I first did this, I did totally wrong. I just put the clay on there. That's not the way to do. And you're going to see me once I start sanding. Those chips, they're going to come out in chunks. Anyhow, so the correct method to do it, and I didn't really show you how I mixed it, but either just put you some glue onto where the chip is at, or I actually put it on my air dry clay and then pushed it in. But you need to make a contact with glue and the clay, and I did not do that to begin with. I just went right in with the clay, took my time molding it in there, and they got my little sander and then worked it out to shape it. That did not work. So do as I say, not as you see me do, maybe. Anyhow, put you some glue in there, and I just used Type Bond Quick and Thick. See, it looks good here, but once you start sanding, it doesn't have a grip onto it because there's nothing to seal it to that ceramic. So that just did not work at all. But you're going to see the chunks fall off, and yes, they do fall off in chunks. So we just basically remove that and start over the proper way. And I did not show you my tube, but it is again the uh, Tight Bond Quick and Thick. You could use probably some wood glue. You just need a bonder to help it attach to the ceramic. And you see how much time I took with this? And watch it. Here it goes. You're going to see it. Look at that chunk. Not the way to do it, Christine. So I did sand it down because I needed to sand it back down to get to the original. And then once I got the glue component in there, it really was a lot easier to mold. Watch my big head, y'all. But I didn't have to use my little sanding block as much once I molded it in there because I really took my time and took my fingers and kind of followed those molds. So you can use a art craft knife, anything you needed to, like if you had the indentions in there, excuse me, you can use anything that you need to mold it the way that's needed. But just let that dry, and then we are ready for paint. Okay, so once we're dry, we're ready for paint. Now I've got this Fusion, this is called Woodwick. Now Fusion paint is great because it's got a built-in primer, and then it's got a built-in top coat. So you don't have to seal this at all. Now you're going to see we're going to use something to seal it with, more for the look than to seal it because it does have that self-sealing. But this fusion paint, and this is my first time using some of this paint, it is so great to go over surfaces like this because you don't have to put any kind of sealer on there. The paint is going to do it for you. Now, again, I'm using this stippling motion. I'm just pushing the paint on there basically because it's got those bright orange flowers to it. And I just want to make sure I get some good coverage. And I did take 3 coats. I didn't do the inside of the vase either. I left that. So I'm just going to, when I get around to the top, I'm just going to take my time with that. Now, once my paint is fully dry, I'm so excited. One of the new IOD releases and their transfer booklets. Y'all, this is gorgeous. So I'm just going to flip through it and show you. And then, of course, on the back of the transfer booklets, it's going to show you all of the pieces that are in there. But this is the Sarah Featon's Botanicals. They're just nice, soft flower look to them. They're nothing hard, they're nothing busy. They just look real nice and easy. Don't stray away from putting transfers on your curved surfaces, raised surfaces, or anything. Just take your time. Now, what I do is anytime I have something curved, I do come around and put some slits around the edges. That helps. And then I cut down a lot of the extra bulk. So what I was going to do, and you can use tape to do this, but I ended up just not pressing all my surface down. If you got a transfer and you push your surface down, you're going to be stuck. So just don't push your surface down and you're fine. You can work with it a little bit. So I'm just going to take the top, press that down where I want it, and I'm going to start working with my little transfer tool. Your transfer booklets always have a little tool to them, always have lots on hand, and yes, they do wear out. But I always do like to use them. And the IOD has the plastic ones. The ones from Redesign with Prima typically have a wood one, and I do prefer the plastic. I feel like it lays it down much easier. But you're going to see me working in sections, and again, that helps me with the control, and it helps me to put my flowers down where I want because I do have not only a curved surface, but it does have some valleys in it as well. So I just want to make sure I get it where I want it to. Now, you can certainly, once you get to a point, you can certainly cut off any excess. Sometimes that helps as well. Just keep cutting those slits in there. Now, there were a couple of pieces when I got through that weren't completely joined. I'm going to fix that because I'm going to come in and grab a couple of little florals and stick those in there so you'll never know. But it is a little difficult to work with these surfaces like this, especially I had a bigger bottom. I'm going to this smaller top, but just work around it. Do not let that discourage you at all. These IOD products, they lay down fantastic. So just don't let that discourage you. Just try it. And again, you can always use leaves, stems, other plants, other pieces of flowers. You can always use those to fill in and just make it look like that was just intentional. So you can layer these pieces as well. And you're just going to see me working the leaves in there and also working a smaller piece of the same floral onto the back. Make sure with all your transfer projects that you do burnish them, and that just means that you're pressing that image solidly onto your piece. Now, I usually do it with the back side of that top vellum piece, but you can certainly do it with your fingers. A lot of people just press it down in there. You just want to make sure you don't have any wrinkles, air bubbles. You make sure you get all that out, and again, you want to push it down in there. Now, remember when I said earlier Fusion does have a built-in sealer, and it does, but you always need to seal your transfers. So I'm just going to do the whole piece. So I'm coming in with some white wax. I'm going to put that liberally all over this piece. Let it sit a minute. So by the time I get through putting it all in there, then I'm going to come back in with just that dry cloth, and then I'm just going to rub most of it off. Now that's going to seal in your transfer. When I got through with the white, I decided I want a little something other else to bring out all this detail because I thought the white made it look a little too muted. So I'm coming in with it's called grunge gray. Now, the piece itself is kind of got a grayish look to it, but you can see when I get through, you can see how much of a difference it does make. And I'm using that around the edges, I'm using that on the handle there, on the little fluted feet, anywhere there's lots of detail. I just want to kind of bring that out. So I'm going to do the kind of same method with it. I'm going to wipe it on with a brush, and then I'm going to come in with my rag and take off the majority of it. And then this piece is done. Y'all, these new IOD transfers, I'm going to be working with some more too. I love them. This release has been so pretty. These are my first few pieces on it. But let me know what you guys think of this beautiful vase that now we have repaired. Look at this beauty. Oh, you guys, let me know what you think of this one. All right, this is a bonus. Throwing in a little bonus here. So I got this from Hobby Lobby. Look at my little orange sticker. I think I still paid $5 and something for it, but it is a solid piece of wood. I am coming in with, this is Fusion. This was their new line that came out. This Alchemy line. Y'all, I forgot to put this tape sticker off. Y'all look me sometimes. But this is Alchemy line, and this is the color Storm. It's just this beautiful grayish blue color. So I did 2 coats all over, and then y'all, I didn't even show it, but I did Lover of Flowers transfer. I came in with a piece from it. That's an older IOD transfer, but I love it. I think that came out maybe spring last year, but I love it. I didn't even show that. And then, of course, I just sealed it real well. And y'all, look at this gorgeous little piece. I'm going to show you it here plain, and then I'm going to show you with a couple of little flowers in it. Y'all, that is such a soft, pretty piece. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're new to my channel, smash that subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome, and have a blessed week.